What's up, guys? Today I'm here. I'm going to do another live gameplay and replay review. Today I'm going to be using my Quickdraw deck. I typically don't play Quickdraw very often because I don't think it's like exceptionally good. But I do enjoy playing it. I'm pretty decent at it. So let's see here. It's the lore. Banish. I have a lot of backer. I feel like I just gotta banish the Gores here. I don't want to set a Raikou across that just yet, so we're gonna see what it is. I can't really afford to lose a Raikou, especially if I banish the Gores. You could probably banish the Caius and then set the Raikou. Okay, he's just... Okay. So I guess that's a hamster. Like, that's all I can really figure. Either that or I'm going to get completely destroyed here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Oh, okay. And he's smart enough not to just flip it on one back row, so that's good. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I feel like hindsight probably banishing Machias, but here I have... Obviously setting the song in here, no matter what. Yeah, I feel like the play here is to just set prison. So he probably just goes Caius attack the song in, sets him. Okay, well he's playing like Chaos Fairy List, I guess. The that is supposed to be banished. Yeah. Okay. So. This is one of those things where I don't have like any actual. Yeah, I think hamster here is good. Because if I prison the Caius, I just set the hamster for the Dialk. You can't really do that much to it. Avarice, dead, of course. That's the game we play. That's fine. Okay, banishes the Gores. All good there. Probably has Herald if he's just going for this. Yeah. I'm not sure how much winning there is to this game. That's the thing I hate about playing Quickdraw. Dude, like, you lose any amount of anything, it feels like. And then you just can't do anything. This is still winnable though. I mean, like, the debris is good. Yeah. there's no overplays to make, which is really annoying. But dude, you like see what I mean? It's fine. Probably not going to trinkle it anyway, so. He doesn't have Storm, so. If he does have Storm, if he had it last turn, I wouldn't care because his bottomless is never going to be alive. This Avarice is not very good. Okay. Now we're doing better. Now this is helpful. Shout out Shamwell for the Junk Synchron tech. I was playing Gale and Armor Master Extra for a while, but he convinced me that the Junk Synchron is better. Even though right now it actually wouldn't be, but I'll make do. Okay, so I do not have Android, which sucks, but Gataster is good against this deck anyway. Question here is, do we Avarice first, or do we just put the Junk Synchron back with Avarice? I feel like there's no reason not to just Avarice first, doing everything with a Raikou. So whoops. Let's probably show him that, yeah. Do a shuffle twice because of Dueling Book. Okay. Setting Hamster's not great. Because this thing gets to 1900. He is at 1. What? What is he trying to do? No, it's not. Oh. Okay, I don't know what just happened, but okay, this position sucks. He has 7 cards, but we are. We have Book of Moon, we have Bottomless, Solemn, Torrential. If he uses Brain, okay, so he doesn't have Gores, so he has Trag or Fader. Um, oh, okay, so yeah, okay. I don't have Debris Dragon as extra because I'm stupid, and I swapped when I made the Gale change for the Junk Synchron, I swapped it for the Chimera Tech Fortress, but I forgot I don't have Debris, or I don't have Iron Chain, because I only run one Debris. If this is Trag, I don't lose, but it's annoying. But it's gonna be there anyway. Fader. Okay, Fader's acceptable. I'm not sure. Does he have the third Kai's in his hand? He does. Okay, that's fine. So he's probably going to drop. He can't drop. No, Inrise is 3 Light Fairy, so he can drop Inrise. He can also drop Chaos Sorcerer. Yeah. So yeah, we used. Okay, so. Okay, he's got a lot of stuff here. Wow. He really did just get to everything, didn't he? I mean, there's no way we win now. Like, that was genuinely the most insane turn that I've seen out of this deck ever. Okay, whatever. Light Imprisoning Mirror it is. Cut Bottomlesses. Vanity's Fiend for the Spheres. Yeah, it's probably fine. If I'd paid attention to him being on 4 fairies, then maybe I hold the Bottomless, but it's so... It looks so stupid to do that. Because I still have a tough time outing the Chaos Sorcerer. Okay. He's just using everything. That's fine. Here I just go Black Rose and no nuke, I think. Could go Ancient Fairy. Yeah, I think I'll go Ancient Fairy, because Ancient Fairy will wall everything off if it doesn't die. He probably has Honest, but if he does, I'm actually not very concerned. Yeah. That's fine. Solemn's a Vanity's Fiend, that's chill. Of course I draw the Gores with my Light Mirror up. That's very fun. Always an enjoyable experience. I'm going to draw another Avarice off this, because that's how Dueling Book works. Okay, I can work with that. He doesn't have Stormery when he used it, so... Oh my god. Wow. Okay. I mean, did he top deck that? Like, he had to have, like... That's absurd. Like, I'm genuinely, like, in awe of that. So... Yeah, I don't want to set Solemn here, I just want to Gores. Okay, so that is a Raikou, which is fine. Okay. Okay, so... Are we thinking it's Prison or Mirror Force? We lose... We don't necessarily lose to Mirror Force, so... God knows. We kind of lose to Mirror Force. This can help like a lot. Okay, Blind Dust will be in phase after you've seen Light Mirror side deck. These are types of players we lose to. 2, 3, 4. There's only 3 fairies in the grave. I think I'm okay. He's definitely holding Fader and Kaias right now. I can't give him that, so... This is probably a Raikou. Okay. Interesting choices all around, but... It does put him to 4 fairies. Okay, I think we're kind of stabilized again. Because he just doesn't really have anything here, it seems. We need to find a way to get through his Fader. Because I know he has it. Okay, that's helpful. Trooper. Okay, we're going to mill 3. We mill the Dandy. Okay. That's fine. What? It's so weird. What do you do that for? Okay, so he definitely two, 3, 4, 5. We have Dust Shoot, so I'll just use this here. Yep. Gorse, Drag, and Fader all at once. And this is a game. He can drop Drag here, which is funny, but he's okay, well. And then we make Red Dragon for the style points. I don't know how we won that, but we're going to go over it afterwards, so no worries. Probably take out, honestly, yeah, I think take out Fader for, he has his own Kaises, so maybe this is the play. Maybe just put in a rug to be like, you know. Yeah. This seems fun. This is okay. This is good. Yeah, this way everything he hits we are fine with. Okay, at the end of the battle phase, we're going to see what his back rows are. Okay, he has Force, Honest, Herald, and Cyber Dragon. And, okay. Herald. Okay, so he has Force, Storm, Honest, and Cyber Dragon. So here we just set a Raikou, depending on what we draw. If he doesn't set the Mirror Force because he is expecting... Okay, so he doesn't set the Mirror Force because he knows that I know it. We may should have just put back the Honest Man, but then he would have set the Mirror Force. Yeah. But in any case, we have to set the Raikou here because... actually... Okay, so if we set the Raikou, then he attacks into it, we pop it. And then he has... Then we still don't get past his monster, so we have to set the hamster. Because now if he attacks into it, we get the Raikou, and then we pop the Mirror Force, or we pop the Nova Summoner. He does have a token to attack into, which is obviously going to do. Now we have multiple Raikous, so we don't actually care. Yeah, so this is really good for us then. So we know it's Cyber Dragon, Storm, Mirror Force. Yeah, so this way, if he just still doesn't set, okay, so he's still not setting the mirror force. Oh, well now, now our play is too obvious. Which is why I love when my deck contains this card. So the reason I don't flip the hamster first is because I'm also holding the Evers for record. But the reason we don't flip the hamster first is because I just don't want him to know it's hamster. I want him to spend his resources on the Vanity's Fiend, which it looks like he's about to try and do. No, he's just okay. That's fine. I know that he still has Mirror Force, which is this or this. We're going to find out which it is. Yeah, so in the replay analysis, I'm actually going to be really hard on myself for not popping or for not flipping the hamster first. Because it'll actually be really nice to have two Raikos here. Dude. I know better than that. Come on. So we know it's Cyber Dragon and Honest in hand at the minimum. I don't want to walk directly into the problem with Vanity. If it had 1400 defense, then I would just put it to defense. We're just gonna go hunting. If he also found okay, we're too good at the game then. Like if he also found torrential, then okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is perfect now. So he definitely torrentials there because it's the only chance that he gets rid of his Vanity's Fiend. So I'm just going to normal summon Vasanian and hit for 1200. I'm not going to set, since I already have the Vanities up, if this is Storm, I don't want to lose both. And I feel like Pro Set Storm is something this guy would do, thinking it's a good play here, which it might be okay if he's trying to. Okay. This is probably Honest. Oh, he's rough right now. Okay. So we know he has Honest and Cyber Dragon. I don't know why he wouldn't just set the Honest there, but. Yeah, this Vanities is our win condition here, so cannot attack with it. Now we can attack with it, but we have to order it last. Three. Again, this is not torrential. Let's view the replay. So we're going to just show our hand, and we're going to look at this. Okay, so this hand here, already from the first turn, I can see where maybe giving up the gores is not great, because already I'm thinking like, well, this turn 1 blind set is either hamster or Raikou, like 90% of the time, like, or it's either that or a goblin zombie. And if it's a goblin zombie, then I'm fine with setting the Raikou, but I don't know that yet. I mean, for all I know, it's a Raikou. And it is, which is, you know, but, so I don't want to set the Raikou across from it, because he'll just pop it. So the train of thought here is that since I have a battle trap and bottomless, I can just protect Raikou and then tribute it for Caius, and I'm doing fine. But obviously, if that's his own Raikou, then he's just going to pop mine, and I can't do that. So I just have to set MST here. And as you can see, he winds up not flipping the Raikou, which causes me to think it's hamster, because most people just don't blind flip the hamster summon Raikou and pass, because then you know the Raikou is there. And then I have my own Raikou to hit the back row, banishes, and attack over the hamster. So already, if I'm thinking about this in terms of, like, is this Caius ever actually going to get summoned? I could banish it and hold the gores, but I don't know what he's on, and if that's a Raikou, there's no like guarantee he's playing a deck that pressures me enough. Knowing that I have MST and Legacy here to see, I could Legacy gores. I didn't know I was going to draw a Legacy. Of course, I can't know that, but yeah, I can just MST gores or MST Legacy and drop the gores on something. But the best thing to do after you drop the gores is tribute the token for Caius, and I wouldn't have the Caius. It's really tough to say blind that, like, keeping the gores is better against a single set monster. But, as you can see, it winds up being Raikou with Caius in hand. And he just hits me. Here, I let him keep the Dimensional Alchemist, and I banish the Caius, because I wind up adding Hamster, which is going to let me get my Caius online faster, but now I know he's playing Fairies. I could have added Dandelion, but the problem is all of them lose to Herald. Like, there's nothing that I can do against Herald of Orange Light to get this Caius online. So I just go for the safer, better play. You know, it gets me more removal options. I don't have a debris. I don't have anything I can like do anything great with. So I just go for Hamster and I prison the Caius. And here he has the Herald. And he discards 2 Heralds, so he's... yeah. So he's got 2 Fairies now. Once again, I just try and wall up here, but he's used 2 Heralds, so I know that, I mean, I'm getting this Caius off next turn. There's absolutely no way he gets over this Debris Dragon with only 2 Fairies in grave, with no Darks. The only things I've seen are Gores and Caius. I don't know for sure he's actually playing the Carpath Chaos Fairy version. All I know is that he has Caius in there. Now, of course, when I see Battle Fader later, it's very obvious. Tags into my Debris. I MST the Solemn, the new set, and this winds up being Prison, but obviously hitting the set's better. Now, arguably I could not attack, because I don't have that much to do, but I have a Torrential. Here I thought about Torrentialing, but he played really fast onto Battle Phase. I didn't care, and like I just didn't bother. It wasn't like it wasn't that big of a concern. Because it's only 14. It takes 4 turns for this angel to kill me. He's going to have to either commit another monster or I'm going to have time. So I think like just torrential is wrong here. Yeah, I draw a prison. He doesn't have storm last turn. We can see what his hand is here, but I'm trying to play without the hand reveal. So he doesn't have storm last turn. He's probably not going to get it this turn. Now, it's possible. It's slightly less than 5% chance. I can't be too mad if it does happen, but it doesn't, so now it doesn't matter. I also thought about torrentialing on the Dialg because he just used the effect, so it's inherently using priority. But again, he just played really fast. Like honestly, a lot of me not using this torrential is the fact that he played really fast. It does wind up working out near the end, but he just has everything. So I just set the Raikou here. Here I pop the D out to make it miss timing, because I know that I can answer the Trooper, because the Trooper is only 400. It doesn't like actually affect anything. And the life points are so low at the moment that, I mean, he drops Chaos Sorcerer, he drops Christia, another Caius. Like, if he has a way to play through this Solemn, he's fine. So I just take the 19 because the life points are not my concern at the moment. Yeah, here we attack over for damage. A lot of people would probably just gun the thing, but there's no reason to. The Catastor, it just, yeah, I mean, it's just 900 damage is better than nothing. And it also ensures that if he does have the third Herald, that I at least get the card Trooper off the field. Here it's very obvious he has Fader, I can't do anything about it. And here he just had everything to play through everything. Could I have arguably let that Sorcerer sit there? See, now here's the question. He has 4 fairies in grave. I could have just let the Sorcerer sit there and see what I can do about it, because here he MSTs my Torrential, and he drops Christia. So if I just let the Sorcerer sit there, what I'm thinking is that I bottomless the Christia, or he doesn't drop it. Either outcome is fine. Either I bottomless the Christia, or he doesn't summon it, and I have Mystic Tomato, I have Debris Dragon to wall up. Tomato's going to be like the good one because it gets me to Songen. If he attacks with Chaos Swords, I can't banish Songen, and then I can do stuff. Yeah. So in this situation, I mean, the Chaos Sorcerer is annoying, but it's not impossible to out, while the Christia that drops afterward is. And I just wasn't even thinking about the fact that he was on 4 fairies. And there's nothing to do with that, so. Notably, since I drew Quickdraw, if he did not have Christia on the field, I could have gone in from Tomato to Songen to get Dandelion. But yeah, okay. And so here we're doing fine. This is Prison. I can tell you he's not on Legacy because he's on Decree. Or, like, I don't know that he's on Decree, but I know he's on Chaos Fairies, and Chaos Fairy plays Decree. So even though he has Prisons, he probably also is packing Decrees somewhere. It looks like he bricked. And basically, I just have this thought process where, like, I completely lost my train of thought here. Sorry. where he's just not going to be. Yeah, okay, it was for Gores, where he's just not going to be able to drop Gores on this guy's attack, and I'll be fine. But he wants having a prison, so it is what it is. He summons Freed, and he has Honest for it, which is fine. Because next turn, because getting the Honest out of the way, the entire reason I did that is to get the Honest out of the way. And I make him burn the Solemn with Vanity's Fiend. So the idea was I use Ancient Fairy, I force the Honest if he has it, or I just kill the Freed. Either outcome is perfectly acceptable. And so then the Vanity's Fiend is free to walk. Of course, he has a Solemn for it, which is also fine. He's burning a ton of life points to out it while I have Battle Fader, Junk Synchron, Legacy, Light Imprisoning Mirror. The Avarice will be alive soon enough. And I'm just pretty okay with it. Here he tops MST, or I don't know if he topped it, I can't remember. And he just uses it on Legacy. He has Heavy the whole time, for the record. So this Legacy is actually putting in work, because not only did I plus off MST multiple times in this match, he's just not using Heavy Storm. Here I make Armory Arm. Okay, so yeah, first I Avarice. So the reason that I kill Freed is because if I kill Dimensional Alchemist and he has Storm for the Lightning Imprisoning Mirror, he just gets to kill Armory Arm for free. But I'm stupid. Because if he has Storm, he gets to kill Armory Arm for free anyway, and then I can't Gores him. So, huge, literally massive misplay here by me not gauging like his likelihood of Storm, which he has. I thought he top decked it because he didn't play it before, so he did not actually top deck it, for the record. Huge misplay here. Me not just killing the Dialk and letting him, or he wouldn't actually get back the Ryo. He would just be able to kill Freed with Armory Arm, but Armory Arm or Freed, but it only matters if he has Storm, and because he has Storm, if he kills the Armory Arm or Freed, I drop Gores and I win. So I took a risk that I absolutely never in a million years should have taken in this game. Very, very bad play by me, and obviously I correctly assessed this as Raikou. Here I drop the Gores. And yeah, this Vanity's Fiend becomes a win condition. So now we're at the annoying turn where I almost lose the game. What do you actually do here? If you turn Vanities to defense and attack for Lethal of Gores, you have a 1200 defense monster on board. It loses to the it loses to any recruiter, which he has minimally 3 angels left in deck, as well as Dimensional Alchemist. I mean, he has so many things that get over his Vanity King top deck. But if you turn with Gores to defense, then the Vanity's Fiend doesn't win the game. And if you lose a Vanity's Fiend, you're not in any better position. So defensively, I would say, I mean, I made a fine play here. I played around Dimensional Prison, which is assuming he has 2 copies of it, or 3 copies. If he has 2 copies, it's equally likely. If he has 3 copies, then it's twice as likely. And so he has to prison the Gores to not die, and then I keep the Vanity's Fiend. I don't summon the Trooper and play full into a Mirror Force, because if it's not Mirror Force, I'm fine. If it is Mirror Force, I don't want to lose everything, because I just lose the game to a lot of things here on this life point count. It is Force, though. And now that his storm is actually gone, I can just set everything. The prison's very lucky here. Yeah, and now I'm just walling up, and it's really easy. Because if you look, he's bricked on things that can't do anything to me. I'm not sure why he went ahead and decided to just use this honest to attack something. Like, if something happens if honest, he turns off his herald. That just doesn't make any sense to me. He has enough protection in the battle phase. Like, he's not actually going to die anytime soon, really. And so he just takes damage for no reason, and he gives me a second Raikou. And here he just makes the mistake of not realizing that Trooper is a cost. And yeah, I have the Dust Shoot, so obviously I don't play into something stupid like Battle Fader Caius. I just Dust Shoot, see that my suspicions are in fact correct about the Battle Fader, and then I book the debris. He doesn't even take the damage for this, but I book the debris, and I just win. I think I played that one much worse than game 1 and managed to win, which is a shame, but that's Yu-Gi-Oh! Here, I think game 3 is a good highlight. Yeah, so obviously I'm thinking this is Raikou again. If it's a recruiter, it doesn't matter what it is, but my idea is that I have 3 cards in my hand, all of which are really good anyway. I don't care if he Raikous any of them. He Raikous the Legacy, I chain it. He Raikous the Dust Shoot, I chain it. He Raikous the Dandelion, I want it to die. So, the bad thing about Raikouing Dandelion is that if he Raikous it and then he also has a Recruiter, he just attacks both tokens, and I'm like, oh, well, you know, whatever. But it's better than him. But then I have my own Raikou to set, my own Tomato, and he's not Raikouing those, which is way better for me, because Tomato float into Song and for Vanity's Fiend is its game, just about. So, I mean, this looks like an obvious play, turn 1. It kind of is. I think everyone will make this play, so there's no like point to harp on this play, but like, you gotta respect the Raikou versus stuff like this. Here he should have in-phase MST'd. He would have at least gotten some, like, it would not go negative on advantage. Here I hold the Dust Shoot because I still think it's Raikou. And if it's not Raikou, it's fine. Because if it's not Raikou, then he summons another recruiter he attacks. I'm still left with a token and I'm fine. And then into the battle phase, I Dust Shoot him and see what he's got. And so here he just attacks me. Into the battle phase, I Dust Shoot. And he's left with Storm, Honest, Cyber Dragon, Mirror Force. Now, the Dust Shoot pick here is iffy. Either way, I turn off one of his fairies. If I put back Herald, I turn off Herald. If I put back Honest, I turn off Herald. It doesn't matter, actually. Like, the problem is, if he has an out to this Vanity's Fiend off the top of his deck, he can go Cyber Dragon, Herald, Synchro, which is a bit of an issue. Whereas I have Raikou, I have Tomato. I don't actually care about this Honest very much. I care more about the Mirror Force that I can't do anything about with Dust Shoot anymore. I want to put the Mirror Force back with Dust Shoot if I could. Like, so the thing is, if I put back the Honest, he draws another fairy. He still has the Herald, and I don't even know that he can actually use it. Whereas if I know the Honest, then I know that unless he draws back the Herald, that he doesn't have a Herald to use on me. And I can play around the Honest that I know about much easier than the Herald that I don't know if it's live or not. That was my logic at the time. Now, do I think that putting back the Honest may have been better knowing, like, what I know? Possibly. He knows about Vanity's Fiend, so if I put back the Honest, most likely he sets the Mirror Force. And yeah, so here I talk about setting Raikou or Hamster. I'm not sure how much it actually matters because you have the tokens. I don't think he'll be attacking the set regardless, and as it winds up, he doesn't. you're just more inclined to attack the things that you know won't go wrong for you if you attack them. So he draws a Fader. Yeah, so there's a world where we can just set Viraiko, and he attacks these two. But the problem is, if I set Viraiko, he summons another recruiter, hits the tokens. I'm in the same boat that I was before, where I can't get past the Honest or the Mirror Force at the same time. Whereas the Hamster walls up really, really well. And he has to redraw the Herald to do anything about the Hamster. Then I have Viraiko, and I have a Tribute, and I have more damage. Here I just set Viraiko anyway, and here he pops it. So the reason I pop the Honest is because I want to get rid of Honest. Funny enough, it's his second Honest. But I draw a Brain Control, so it doesn't matter. Now, if I didn't draw a Brain Control, I'm still playing around Honest here, because I'm not convinced he's wasting his only Honest to make a play like that. So if I don't drop a Brain Control here, the play is going to be to set the other Raikou, and eventually still try and grind out through this Mirror Force that he hasn't set yet. Some monster protected by Honest, and I have the Mystic Tomato as well. I can like grind through a lot of stuff here, but because I drop a Brain Control, it's completely pointless to even discuss. Now here's what's concerning to me. Now I thought he didn't have Honest here. And I was like, okay, well, cool. Because he attacks into the potential Raikou or Hamster. Vanity's Fiend is literally stopping you from playing. I don't know why you would give me the time to draw something that can respond to your Dimensional Alchemist if you have Honest in hand to hit over Vanity's Fiend now. So, I mean, I'm not really sure what that is. But so here I'm sitting here thinking, like, okay, well, the Honest is gone. The only thing I know for sure is Cyber Dragon. If one of these is Mirror Force. This could be Dimensional Prison, it could be Bottomless, it could be, I don't know, it could literally also still be Decree. I mean, I don't know if he's on that build, but it literally could still be, it could be like Decree Mirror Force, and he's just like trying to get the Mirror Force off. But yeah, so here, Gun the Honest, but I mean, I was going to Prison that anyway, it's very obvious what you're trying to do. I sniped the correct back row. If I hit the heavy, I knew this was a Mirror Force, so I just continue to not attack. I can't turn the Vanity's Fiend to defense anymore because I don't have a Battle Trap. But I hit the Mirror Force, so that's fine. If I didn't hit the if I hit the Storm instead of the Mirror Force, then I would Avarice to see if I can draw Storm or MST. Or if I can draw a Battle Trap and turn the Vanities to defense, and I would draw Book of Moon, so it's actually fine. If he had wanted to, like if he had Torrential, like I said, he would just flip it to get rid of his Vanities Fiend. So I know it's not Torrential, can't be. So I just summon this on an attack. I hit for 1200, and I'm still playing around Prison. Because if this Vanity's Fiend gets Prison, I am not screwed. I have Light Mirror and Book of Moon. But if this is Prison, I can't set both Light Mirror and Book of Moon. And of course, this is Storm, so I still wind up not really being able to. Because I'm still thinking, like, could very well be a Pro Storm. And I was really worried about, like, whether or not I was able to, like, survive if I actually lose my Vanities, because he has Battle Fader, Gore's Trag in his deck, and like they can mount comebacks. So if I lose this Vanities Fiend, I'm kind of in a bad spot. So I think this play is correct here. Obviously, just hit for the 1200. Now, what I could have done was swap the Hamster to attack mode and do 1100 additional damage. But I like having the defense. I like having a Book of Moon for the Raikou, and I have game next turn with Tomato because I have Book of Moon for Raikou. No matter what he does to the Storm, with the Storm, whether it's in his hand and this is another back row or what, I have Book of Moon for Raikou, hit a monster, and Mystic Tomato, and he just doesn't have any way to summon Christia. He doesn't have a Dark to summon Chaos Sorcerer. If he did, he would have to have out the vanities first. I can't actually... The only thing I can't guarantee getting through next turn is Torrential. And if he draws it, he draws it. If he didn't flip this Storm, if he didn't set any more back rows, obviously I just summon Tomato, because, like, yeah. But if he didn't flip this Storm, if he just had another back row next to it or something, I would probably just put the clock on hold and just hit for another 1200. And probably swap the hamster tag then, because I have the Lightning Prism Mirror. So, yeah, here. So I don't care, like, I was thinking that this was probably honest. And I'm not sure why I attacked with Sonya first. I should have attacked with a hamster first, but it wound up being Battle Fader, so who cares. But yeah, I should definitely attack with a hamster first here, I think it's honest, just to save 100 damage. I mean, it saves me 100 damage, but it doesn't do 100 to him. And if it's not honest, so I'm not sure it matters. Maybe the value of doing 100 to him might actually just might be higher. Yeah, here I have Legacy and Book, so I'm fine with. And here he finally does set the honest, and I'm thinking, like, okay, I have another Vanity's Fiend now, and his Storm is gone, and I have Mirror and Prism Mirror and Tomato. I don't care if it's Torrential, and if this is not Torrential, I win the game. And I have game without attacking with Vanity's Fiend, and he just flips the Bottomless, because, yeah. So his ending hand was his own Vanity's Fiend, which is funny. Christia and Cyber Dragon, he can't do anything with those. He made some errors. I played the game 2 really awfully. I think I played game 3 really nicely. And game 1 I just couldn't win. Except that maybe I could deal with a Chaos Sorcerer with a good draw and hold a Bottomless for Christia, but that's really tough. He kind of just had everything game 1. I can't really say too much about it. But yeah, let's go through one more time. Let's look at with both hands revealed and see if I knew everything, what would I do? So if I knew for a fact that this was Raikou, then I would allure and I would keep the Gores. Because the Caius is just probably never happening. Especially since he has Herald and a Fairy to use for it. He has Caius. Like, I'm going to have to do some wonky stuff here. You don't really learn that much from doing this, but I like to do it just so you can kind of see. Knowing that he has multiple Heralds, I don't even know, like... So, the thing about Hamster is, he's mandatory. Summoning is optional when you resolve the effect, but because in Edison format, every flip effect is mandatory, even though he says you can, he is mandatory. And you just choose at resolution whether or not you summon, so I can't actually play around the Heralds by not triggering the Hamster. I would have to, like, add Debris Dragon and set it, and then, knowing he doesn't have Storm, I, like, Book of Moon, the Dimensional Alchemist, or something really stupid. Yeah, so, I mean, it's actually impossible to play against this. Like, with this deck, this is not a possible hand to play against, even if I knew everything. So, yeah, I think adding Hamster is the best play here. He does use Herald. Let's just skip to game 2, because, like, you can tell, obviously, there's just nothing to be done. Look at what I've got compared to what he's got in his hand. Like, I would probably say, if I knew all of his hand, I torrential this Shining Angel. Like, that's probably what I guess what I would do. I would probably just torrential the Angel, knowing he has Bottomless, or knowing that I have Bottomless, and, like, his Bottomless, or, wow, I can't talk. His Chaos Sorcerer is going to make my Bottomless live. Eventually, I can just torrential. That's probably, yeah. Here I would also torrential again, because I would give him no, I wouldn't give him 4 Fairy because I Prison the Angel. Yeah, here I would Torrential to make the Deoc mistiming because he pre-O'd without thinking about it. Yeah. Here I might also Torrential because he uses Card Trooper, and that would also make it mistiming. And then I don't know what he would draw. We're gonna if we fast forward and see what he would draw. Essential. It's a weird play. Like I don't. Okay, so he would draw Caius off of it, and then he would draw Battle Fader for turn. So he would be bricked on a second copy of Caius. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would just have to hold the Bottomless knowing that he has a Christia. And then the card I draw for turn is Quickdraw, which against Chaos Sorcerer, I would just set the Tomato. I have another Raikou in deck, so I can actually deal with the case. So I don't think this game's completely lost if I knew like that he had everything in hand and that I would just have to let the Sorcerer live. It's just tough, dude, to like when they have the Caius and the Sorcerer and the Christie all back to back, like yeah, it's tough to make the call of like what boss monsters they do have. But he's 12 in deck, I guess I can't really complain. I should have just held the Bottomless, I think. Because he can't attack with the Chaos Sorcerer. So the Catastor would live, and he already used his normal on Caius, which got solemned. So, yeah. Game 2, I think it's pretty obvious what I do, knowing that he can't do anything. I would not attack with the Caius, because it would force him to use Honest. I would not set all of my back row. That's another thing. I wouldn't set all of my back row into the Storm. And I would most assuredly not attack. I would just attack with Gores so that he forces that, and then he doesn't have a card to attack over Vanity's Fiend, which he could still draw one. Like I mean, just because I know his hand now doesn't mean I know his top deck. So here absolutely attack over the Deoc. There's no universe where what I did was the correct play. No universe. There's actually no excuse for this Armory Arm play. I'm stupid, dude. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I think I make all the correct plays here either way. I think he should not have flipped Raikou. I think he should have made me walk into it. Because not attacking advantage seems very obvious. I know that's Raikou. And so like I can't do anything about flipping it in battle with Solemn, so yeah. And obviously game 3, there's not even any real point to discussion. Like if I had known that his set was a Pro Storm, I'd just attack with Vanity's Fiend for game several times in a row. So yeah, not really any point going over game 3, but we'll just look. He has Storm again, which is I can't believe the man just had Storm that many times. But it's okay. Yeah, obviously, I mean, there's no point to Dust Shoot if I know his hand, but I would put back, I think I'd put back the same thing, because the same logic that I told you before applies to when the hand is known too, so, like, I'm fine with it. Because the hand's literally known from Dust Shoot, so, like, basically, I'm playing this game like this is my setup. So, you know, I can't really make too many additional changes to, like, the game itself. Yeah. Alright guys, well, I enjoy playing this deck. If you want to play my quick draw list, be my guest. It's actually really nice. I did not get to do a Sphere of Chaos combination attack in this replay, which sucks. It's a really nice card, I think. I might upload more quick draw later. But I also didn't summon a Drill Warrior, dude. Like I didn't do any Dandelion plays. This is I did Hamster Raikou Kaya's plays. Like, yeah, I didn't do any quick draw stuff, man. But sometimes you don't need to, so it's okay. Yeah, if you guys like, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll be back later. Peace.